Oh boy, what a day it has been. Or actually, more accurately, what a last 3 days it has been. You know Murphy's Law, right? Anything that can go wrong will go wrong. Last 3 days have been a real testament to how true that is. Now, don't get me wrong, I'm not just making this video because I want to complain about things, although I will admit it can be kind of therapeutic to express your grievances in an open format like this, but no, more so, my internet's been down since last night. That was Friday evening, now it's the afternoon on Saturday, and there are no signs of life. So I don't even know if I'll be able to get this video up in a timely fashion, but the next day, the day after, if videos aren't going up on a usual schedule, then that's why. There was a big storm yesterday, and if you're from a place where it rains all the time, a whole bunch, maybe it's not a big deal to you, but here in LA, we're not very well equipped to handle large amounts of rain coming down in a single day. It was anywhere between 4 to 6 inches that was projected. I don't know what the exact total was at the end of the 24-hour period, but suffice it to say, there was a lot of rain. And not only was there a big storm yesterday, but the day before, Thursday, which was a beautiful day, I might add, my power was out for like 10 hours. I have no idea why. Maybe someone at the electricity factory place like cut the wrong wire. But in any case, that's why there was only one video that went up on Thursday. So we had that. Then yesterday, it wasn't just the fact that my internet went out last night. No, let me show you what else happened. If you happen to follow me on Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, all those things, you may have already seen this, but here's the deal. So this window here, it's meant to like open up a certain way, kind of fold in this accordion pattern, and because of that, there's like no weather stripping on the bottom. And now normally, right, if it's just raining, it's fine. The water doesn't come underneath it. If it's just windy, well, there's no rain to go along with it, so that's not a problem. But there were like gusts, probably 50 miles an hour, kind of blowing up straight at the window. And so it was just blowing the rain like right underneath. And so what was happening is just a ton of water was coming under here, was dripping down. And I think that because of kind of like the capillary effect along this seam here, it worked its way over to the edge, and then it was going down sort of on the other side of this, and definitely caused some drywall damage. So there's a good chance that I'm actually gonna have to get someone out here, take a look at the drywall, may have to replace it, I don't know. But this area over here, you can kind of see it's like bubbling up because of the water that's gotten in. So yeah, it would like come over here and then work its way in there and then fall down this seam here. And I don't know where it went afterwards, just like into the foundation or something like that. I think there's a concrete base below this, so it should just sit there until it evaporates, I hope. Guess you could say it isn't drywall anymore. Oh God. But you know what I will say here? I'm impressed with my handiwork. I tried towels in the beginning and they just got completely soaked up. Water started dripping down anyway, so that wasn't gonna work. The only way to do it was to make something completely watertight. And thank goodness for duct tape. It really is just a beautiful, beautiful thing. And other than like a little soaking into this drywall here, this seemed to hold up pretty well. I know ideally you would do it on the outside, but unfortunately when it's raining really hard, you can't dry off the thing and get tape to stick because more rain just falls and soaks the entire thing immediately. So this was the next best solution. But it held up. No more rain came in. I was like, all right. I actually felt like I was a kid again, because I would always try to figure out solutions to things like this. And so it was kind of fun, even though I know at the end of the day, I'm probably gonna have to spend thousands of dollars replacing drywall, but you know, it's an experience. No other leaks elsewhere though, so that's good. Just got some pillows kind of blown around on the deck that you can see. Those are the casualties of the wind. But other than that, things seem to hold up pretty well. I know I get a lot of comments on like Instagram and stuff from people saying, man, your house is falling apart. No, the only issue there is just, there's the gap under the window, which I knew existed. So it's not like something that's supposed to be watertight is failing. I'll need to get the window replaced so that it doesn't open that way. It's just kind of silly. So let's recap all the fun, why don't we? Thursday, we had that power outage for most of the day, so I was only able to get one video up. Then yesterday, Friday, we had the big storm, and I was having a bunch of power surges as well. It only stayed out for like a minute or so at a time, but it makes it very hard to get work done when your monitors are going out and your internet's going out. Then my internet fully went out last night. Also had to deal with the leaking issue, and now today my internet is still down. At least it's kind of a nice day out. It stopped raining for the time being, so that's good. Let's look on the bright side here. Other than that, I'm trying to work on music, actually. Hey, if my internet's down, I can do that at least, even if I can't go on servers and download maps and stuff. So I did end up working on some music last night because it is one of the few ways I can be productive while my internet is down. I previewed an earlier draft of this on Instagram and Twitter and stuff a few days ago. So I had this down-tempo kind of, it's not dubstep, it's just like a chill down-tempo kind of song thing that I was working on, which isn't my standard sort of style, nor what I usually listen to, but hey, why not experiment? And then I was like, you know what? I have the Find the Pieces a cappella. Why not try like tossing that on, making the keys match up, making the tempos match up, and see if there's something that can be done. So I've kind of just been experimenting around with that. And last night, while the internet was out, I was like, hey, let's put some vocal chops in the drop, because that's what all the cool people do. You know, that's the trendy thing in the big songs these days, is you do vocal chops for your drop melody. So I was just like messing around, and you can tell me how much it sucks if you want. Put the puzzle back together, see what I'm dreaming. I don't know, just a taste. I might keep messing around with it. I'm not really sure, but I'm not very experienced with doing this stuff. So hey, you never know. I'm sure I'll get comments from people saying, make the drop bigger, make the drop big. It can only go to 0 decibels. They're all even. So I think I said this in a live stream the other day, but a little music thing, okay? On a song where you think the drop is like real big, it's still the exact same volume as another song where you might not think the drop is as big. It's more just the contrast between the verse or the build-up and the drop, and perhaps the instruments themselves in the drop. Like if you have a really prominent sub and kick chain together with not much else, then it'll sound bigger than if it has a lot of other stuff. Anyway, okay. I just want to say that because the most common thing is make the drop bigger. I wish I had a button that I could just like slide from small to big. And it's just like, it's a plugin that goes from small to big. And you just drag it. It's like, do you want your drop to be big? All right, let me just drag the big slider to big. And then it'll be big. Somebody should make that. I wonder why that plugin doesn't exist. Just the slider from small to big. It'd be great. Someone should do it. Oh, also, you know what? Speaking of vlogs, well, I wasn't speaking of vlogs, but this is a vlog. The vlog channel is happening. Right now, I'm just waiting on getting it into the YouTube network and all that stuff. But soon as that's done, I'm thinking I'll probably get it started. And then videos more like this, except hopefully better when Murphy's Law isn't currently at play, we'll go up there. And then I think, again, the idea is like focus just on mostly the gaming stuff here, because occasionally I get an idea of a video that I want to execute, and I'm like, but I feel like not quite as many people are going to be interested. And here's the thing about the vlog deal, right? The idea that I've had is if someone watches a video on my channel, and regardless of which one it is at this point, I want them to be able to go from that video and just be interested in whatever else I've posted on the channel. When it comes to like posting a vlog here on this channel, for example, maybe someone likes it a lot, but then they see it's all like Minecraft stuff and whatnot, and that's not something that interests them. Whereas if I just put it individually on these different channels, then when someone goes to that channel, they're like, oh, I like all the content that's on here, and I'm going to check it all out. So that's kind of the motivation. Same with the music channel, right? If I post a music track on the music channel, they all follow the same format. It's a music track on that visualizer background, and generally, someone can listen to all the things, and it sort of fits that same category of interest. So anyway, I know that's not particularly interesting to most people watching this, but I like to share my motivation and my reasoning, so you're not just like, why don't you just post all your stuff here on this channel? We don't mind if you post more videos. Well, I mean, you're watching this vlog, so obviously it means you're interested in the vlogs, which means you're the prime candidates to check out the vlog channel when it's up. I'll let you know. I hope it's soon. It's been taking a lot longer to get it in the network thing than I like for it to, but I'm hoping that'll be done in the next few days. Right now it's the weekend, so nothing gets done on the weekend. But, you know, I'll keep you updated on the situation, you know, and I think it'll just be a fun new project. And again, the idea is not to have it not impact stuff going up on this channel. Still plan is to like keep with 2 a day on here and then just throw up, I don't know how many vlogs I'm going to be able to do. Try to get at least 1 a week, maybe 2 a week, and we'll just see where it goes from there. Totally depends. But it also gives me an excuse to try to go do more cool things in person, because I can try to make cool videos out of it. And anyway, cool. Thanks for bearing with me. Now I just have to go and try to figure out how to get this video up on YouTube. It's an interesting problem that I have to solve right now. Oh, actually, you know what? Here's the reason why it's an interesting problem. I'm sure thus far everyone's like, dude, it doesn't really matter if you don't have like your wired cable internet. Like, don't you have a cell phone that you can just use to tether the internet off of that? Yeah, so the problem is, here at my house, my cell service is basically unusable. I can send text messages, but I can't hold a call. It takes ages to load a web page. Like the other day when the power was out, I was trying to call an Uber, and it took about an hour for me to actually get a signal through so that I could get an Uber to pick me up. And then I can't track the progress of the Uber because that requires cell data. And so I'm just like, oh, please be showing up at some point. So it's, I'm in this very unfortunate situation where, like, in order to be able to do anything from home, I need my wired internet. So yeah, I realize up until now, you guys are like, is he just too dumb not to realize to use his cell phone? So that's why I like, in order to get this video up, like I can edit it, but the file will be a couple gigabytes, and that simply won't work over 4G. I can't do it. So maybe I'll drive over to Nick's house if he'll let me. On a Sunday, I'll bother him and be like, "Hi, can I use your internet? Do you mind if his isn't also out?" That's a possibility too. God, what am I gonna do? Starbucks is gonna be too slow to be able to upload a 2 gigabyte file. Well, hey, if you're watching this, it means I figured it out. So it really spoils the ending here. But at least you get to watch my dilemma, right? Please fix the internet utility company. God dang it. What am I gonna do with my life? Well, you know what? I'm gonna end this video in the same place I started it, which is sitting on the floor. And I do know there are gonna be a lot of comments on this video asking me why I would ever wanna live in a house that has water coming through the windows, that has no cell phone service at it, and that has bugs and the occasional scorpion. Although I will say that I've not had many bugs to deal with recently, but that's probably because it's more of a summer thing. But the bug thing, you'll notice, haven't made any posts recently about big spiders or more scorpions or anything like that, so we've been good. But you're asking, why would I ever want to live in a house like that? It has a nice view, and it has a really good floor plan, and it's quiet, and that's why. And I'm very happy with it. Like, other than, and you know what, from what I've been told by other homeowners, and my dad especially as an architect and having owned homes, you have a lot of problems that you have to deal with and that you have to fix. And perhaps you're younger and you don't have to be the one hands-on fixing them, but there is maintenance that does go into having to own a structure. So it does happen. And if you do own a home at some point, you'll probably end up having to deal with it unless you get really, really lucky and you get a perfect place. But this, yesterday was the heaviest day of rain that's happened since this place was even built. So the fact that there's nothing worse than just that window is actually pretty impressive, because usually you have to do a little bit of trial and error, like, oh, the rain dumped. All right, let's fix the issues. Now they're good for the foreseeable future. But this had never happened before, so. Anyway, I think it held up fairly well, but that's my answer. Very happy with it. And usually the cell thing's not an issue because this is the longest my internet's ever been out since I've moved to LA. So 4.5, 5 years now. Hey. What fun. All right, I'm gonna end this video here. Thanks for watching, and stay tuned for vlog channel soon-ish, whenever it gets set up. But I'm excited to try it out, and hopefully you'll be interested to check it out. I'll see you next time.